My dear children, how are you? I hope you are fine. In today's class, we are going to see a new topic. The topic is geometry. Okay. In this topic, we are going to discuss many concepts. First of all, we are going to discuss about the concept point. What is mean by point? It is a very small one. Okay. And it has no length, no breadth, no thickness. So simply we can say a point has no dimensions. And we can use capital English alphabets for denoting the point. For example, I am taking this point, I am taking these 3 points. I am naming this point by using the alphabets capital A, capital D, capital M. So we are using capital alphabets to denote the point. So point means it is very small thing. It has no length, no breadth, no thickness. Simply we can say it has no dimensions. Okay. So we are using capital letters to denote the point. Okay. Next we are going to see line segment. What is mean by line segment? Line segment is the very shortest distance and straight distance between any 2 points. See here. Here we have taken 2 points. One point is A, another point is B. We can easily join the point A and B in many ways. We can also join these points A and B by this way. Also we can join this point like this. But among these 3 ways, the short and the straight distance between A and B is said to be the line segment. So what is in my line segment? Line segment means it is the shortest distance between any 2 points. This distance should be perfectly straight. So line segment means it is the shortest distance between any 2 points. It should be perfectly straight and it has definite length. What is my definite length? We can use the scale or measuring tape. We can measure the length of the line segment. It is 24 cm in measure. So we can say line segment has definite length. I hope you understand. What is mean by line segment? Line segment means shortest distance between 2 points. That shortest distance should be perfectly straight and it has the definite length. Definite length means we can measure its length. Okay. Next we are going to see about ray. What is mean by ray? If you extend one end of the line segment, you can get ray. If you extend one end of the line segment, you can get ray. For example, this is the line segment AB. Here also I have taken the line segment AB. Now I am going to extend one of its end. I am taking this end B. I am going to extend this end. So in order to represent the extension, we have to use arrow mark for the extension. So you have to put the arrow mark like this. So we are calling this figure as ray. Ray, how can you get the ray? If you extend one end of the line segment, you get ray. Okay. One end point. It has one end point. We can call this point A as end point or initial point or starting point. So we can simply say ray has one end point or one starting point or one initial point. Okay. Next, it goes endlessly on one direction. See here, we are extending this ray AB in the direction B. It goes endlessly. If you extend this end, it goes endlessly. So we cannot measure this ray, but we can measure the line segment. But we can't measure the length of the ray because this side is extended endlessly. Okay. How can we denote the ray? Before that, we also know how do you denote the line segment. Now I am going to write the symbol form of line segment. You have to write the 2 end points AB like this. Above the letters, you have to draw a small bar like this. So this is the symbolic representation of line segment. Suppose if you are taking 2 points XY means this is the line segment XY means you have to write XY and then above that XY you have to draw a short bar like this. So this is the symbolic representation of line segment. Similarly, the symbolic representation of ray is, first you have to write its starting point and you have to take any other point on the ray except that A. So I am taking the another point B and you have to write the ray by 2 points, and above the 2 points you have to draw a small ray like this. So in order to denote the ray you have to use the letters like this. Take 2 points on the ray. First letter should be its starting point, okay, and next letter should be any point on the ray, and above that letters you have to draw the small ray like this. So this is the symbolic representation of ray, and this is the symbolic representation of line segment, and this is the symbolic representation of point. Next we are going to see about line. What is meant by line? How do you get the line? If you extend both direction of line segment, we get line. So this is the line segment AB. If you extend its both direction, okay, let us take some other line segment, name it as XY. Now I have taken the line segment XY. Now I am going to extend that both direction. How do you represent the extension? By drawing arrow mark on the two ends. So this arrow mark represent this line segment extended on both directions. So this both direction are extended endlessly. Okay. So how do you get the line? How do you get the line? In the line segment, if you extend the both direction, you get the line. So it goes endlessly on both direction. This is one direction. This is one direction. So it extends on both directions. Cannot be measured. We can't measure the line because it extends on both directions. Then how can you measure the line? So in the ray also it extends on one direction. So we can't measure the ray also. We can't measure the line also. Simply we can say line has no endpoints. Line segment has 2 endpoints. Ray has 1 endpoints and line has no endpoint. So you should remember this. Okay, line has no endpoints. Ray has 1 endpoint. Line segment has 2 endpoints. And what is the symbolic representation of line? Similarly, as we said in ray and the line segment, you have to take 2 points on the line X and Y, and above that letters you have to draw a small line like this. So this is the symbolic representation of line. For ray, you have to write like this. For line, you have to draw like this. This is the symbolic representation of line. This is the symbolic representation of ray, and this is symbolic representation of line segment. Small bar represents the segment, and this is represent for ray, and both sides containing arrow mark represent for line. I hope you understand what is meant by point, what is my line segment, what is my ray, and what is meant by line. Okay. Next we are going to see about angle. How do you get angle? Two rays meet at a point. Two rays meet at a point. We can get angle. See here. What are the two rays here? OP. OP is one ray and OQ is another ray. These two rays are meeting at a point, common point O. This meeting point is O. The two rays, what are the two rays? OP, OQ are the two rays. Angle formed is, what is the angle? The space between these two rays at the common point is said to be the angle. What is the formed angle? We are naming this angle as x degree. So this is the angle formed by the two rays OP and OQ. So this is the way we can form the angle. Next we are going to see types of angle. How do you get the angle? Two rays meet at a point. We can get the angle. Here what is the meeting point? O is the meeting point and OP and OQ are the two rays, and this is the angle formed by the two rays. I hope you understand. Next we are going to see types of angles. What are the types of angle? We have acute angle, right angle, obtuse angle, straight angle, reflex angle and complete angle. These are the main types of angle. 6 types of angle you must know. Okay. What is mean by acute angle? If the angle greater than 90 degree, I am taking that acute angle as x. If the value of x should be greater than 0 and less than 90 degree, then we call that angle as acute angle. So we can define acute angle as angle lies between 0 and 90 degree. Okay. So the values which are, that is the degrees which are less than 90 degree and greater than 0 degree are said to be acute angle. Simply we can say angle less than 90 degree are called acute angle. It must be greater than 0. Okay. Next, right angle. Which angle is said to be right angle? 90 degree is said to be right angle, and angle 90 degree is said to be right angle. Obtuse angle. What is mean by obtuse angle? An angle which is greater than, see the symbol here, this x is greater than 90 degree but less than 180 degree. Such angles are said to be obtuse angle. Do you understand, children? We are calling this x as a obtuse angle. It should be greater than 90 degree but less than 180 degree. Such angles are said to be obtuse angle. Next, straight angle. What is meant by straight angle? Angle 180 degree. Angle 180 degree is said to be straight angle. Do you understand? Which angle is said to be straight angle? 180 degree is said to be straight angle. Next, reflex angle. What is meant by reflex angle? Listen carefully. How can you define the reflex angle? Angles which are greater than. Listen carefully. The condition for reflex angle is the x degree should be greater than 180 degree and less than 360 degree are said to be reflex angle. Okay. Next we are going to see complete angle. Which angle is said to be complete angle? 360 degree is said to be complete angle. 90 degree is said to be right angle. 180 degree is said to be straight angle. And 360 degree is said to be complete angle. So you must remember right angle, straight angle and complete angle. Next see here. Here we have some pictures of angles. Okay. See here. Two rays formed some angles. Now we are going to identify what type of angle is that. See here. This is, what type of angle is this? It must be less than 90 degrees. So this is acute angle. And what type of angle is this? This is 90 degree. So it is right angle. And this is greater than 90 degree. So this is obtuse angle. And what type of angle is this? This is straight angle. And this is, listen carefully, this is reflex angle because it should be greater than 180 degree. So here this is called reflex angle. The angle lies between these two rays. This is acute angle. But this is reflex angle. And what type of angle is this? It complete one rotation. This is complete angle. This angle is 360 degrees. So for what we have discussed, point, line segment, ray, line, angle and types of angles. So you must remember this concept thoroughly. Okay. Thus we have seen types of angle. What are the types of angle? Acute angle, right angle, obtuse angle, straight angle, reflex angle and complete angle. See here. Here we have the two rays. These two rays meeting at this point and make some angles. Okay. So this space is said to be angle. See here. What type of angle is this? This is acute angle. This is also acute angle. This angle is said to be 90 degree. This angle is right angle. This is obtuse angle. This is acute angle. This is right angle. And this type of angle is obtuse angle. This is acute, right angle, obtuse angle. And this is straight angle. If two rays come straight to each other, they form straight angle. Suppose if the two rays form like this, means this is acute angle, but the angle formed this side. This type of angle is said to be reflex angle. This is acute angle, but this is reflex angle. It must be greater than 180 degree and less than 360 degree. After completing one rotation, we get here angle, complete angle, that is 360 degree. So this is 0 degree and this is acute angle. This is also acute angle. Acute angle. This is straight angle. This is obtuse angle. This is also obtuse angle. This is also obtuse angle. Now straight angle. This is right angle. This is straight angle. Okay. Now it became reflex angle. Now we complete one rotation. This is complete angle. This is 360 degree. So acute angle means less than 90 degree. This is 90 degree. This is less than 90 degree. This is right angle. This is obtuse angle and this is reflex angle. I hope you understand what is meant by acute angle, what is meant by right angle, and what is meant by obtuse angle, and what is meant by reflex angle, and which is the complete angle. You must know the types of angles. Okay. Next we are going to see types of lines. Okay. What are the types of lines today we are going to discuss is intersecting lines, concurrent lines, perpendicular lines and parallel lines. What is mean by intersecting lines? How can you read this? Listen carefully. Intersecting lines, concurrent lines, perpendicular lines and parallel lines. These are the four types of lines now we are going to discuss. What is mean by intersecting lines? See here. This is one line. How can you call this is as a line? Because at the end points we have the two arrow marks. So we can call this as a line. Suppose if you have one arrow mark means we can call this as a ray. So this is one line and this is another line. We are calling this line as L. We have named this line as L. The name of this line is M. Both the lines L and M are intersecting. What is mean by the word intersecting? Meeting. What is the meaning of the word intersecting? Meeting. The line L and M are meeting at a point at O. So we can call these lines as intersecting lines. Do you understand? Thus, the two lines L and M are crossing over a common point. This common point lies both the line M as well as L. So we are calling this point O as point of intersection or intersecting point. How can you call this point O? Intersecting point or point of intersection. We are calling this line L and M as intersecting lines. So if the two lines meeting at a point means we can call the two lines as intersecting lines. The point of intersection must lie on both the lines. Okay, see here, this point O lies on the line L as well as lies on the line M. We are calling this point O as point of intersection or intersecting point. Okay. Next we are going to see concurrent lines. Listen carefully children, these are the concepts you are having up to your 10th standard higher studies also, +2 also, so listen carefully. Next we are going to see concurrent lines. What is meant by concurrent lines? If three or more lines, definitely it must contain three lines. If three or more lines meeting at a common point, then the lines are said to be concurrent lines. If three or more lines intersect at a point, then such lines are said to be concurrent lines. See here, now we are going to name this line. The name of this line is L, and name of this line is M, and name of this line is N, and name of this line is P. So here we have how many lines? 1, 2, 3, 4 lines. These 4 lines are meeting at this common point O. So 3 or more lines meeting at a point means we can call them as concurrent lines. Here we have 4 lines. They are meeting at a common point O. So we are calling these lines as concurrent lines. So if the two lines intersect at each other, we are calling this point as intersecting point or point of conjunction, point of intersection. But here we are calling this point O as point of concurrency or concurrent point. Here we are calling this point O as intersecting point or point of intersection. Here we are calling this point O as point of concurrency or concurrency point. Okay, so we are calling this point O as point of concurrency. This is the point O where all the four lines are meeting each other. This point O lies on all the lines. O lies on L, O lies on M, O lies on N, as well as O lies on P also. So we are calling this point O as point of concurrency. Do you understand? Next we are going to see perpendicular lines. What is meant by perpendicular lines? See here, perpendicular lines means two lines intersecting at each other and they form 90 degree at that intersecting point. Such lines are said to be perpendicular lines. What is meant by perpendicular lines? Two lines intersecting at a point. At that point of intersection, the angle formed is 90 degree. Then the two lines are said to be perpendicular lines. Do you understand, children? See here. Here we have two lines. Here we are using the 2 points on the line to denote this line. Line XY and LM. These are the two lines. We can also use small letter to name this line. We can also take any 2 points on the line and use this symbol to represent the line. Both are the symbolic representation of line. Okay. While you are naming this line by using the small letter, there is no need to write the symbol like this. Okay. You just simply write small letter. Okay. See here. XY is one line. LM is another line. These two lines are intersecting. They are meeting at the point O. At that intersecting point, they form the angle 90 degree. What type of angle is this? 90 degree. What type of angle is this? 90 degree. So, at that point of intersection, they form 90 degree. In such a situation, we are calling the two lines as perpendicular lines. I hope you understand what is meant by intersecting lines, what is meant by concurrent lines, and what is meant by perpendicular lines. Okay. Next we are going to see parallel lines. What is meant by parallel lines? Two lines that do not intersect each other are called parallel lines. Two or more lines, we can take any number of lines that do not meet each other, that do not intersect each other are called parallel lines. For example, in railway track, in ladder, in also in the feeding of the boat, this is the one line, this is the another line. They never meet each other. They always keep a constant distance between them. Such lines are said to be parallel lines. In the English alphabet H, see these two lines, if you extend these two lines, they never meet each other. Such lines are said to be intersecting lines. We can find many parallel lines in our real life situation. See here in the alphabet M, if you extend these two lines, they never meet each other. Thus, the two lines are said to be parallel lines. So, parallel lines means they never meet each other. They always leave constant distance between them. If you measure this distance, it remains same at any point. Okay. At this situation, we are calling these lines as parallel lines. So far, what we have discussed? Types of lines: intersecting lines, concurrent lines, perpendicular lines, parallel lines. I hope you will understand all the type of lines. Now, how can we represent the perpendicular lines and the parallel lines in symbolic form? Okay. See here, for perpendicular lines, you have to write the name of the line like this: XY and then LM. You have to write the name of the line. After that, between the name of the line, you have to draw the perpendicular symbol like this. It looks the invert letter of the letter T. Okay. So this is the letter T. If you invert this letter, you get the symbol for perpendicular. So it means, how can you read this? In the line XY perpendicular to line LM. Shortly, XY perpendicular to LM. Also, we have the symbolic representation for parallel lines. How can we represent the parallel lines? AB, you have to write the name of the line. AB parallel to CD. Okay, AB parallel to CD. See here, this is the name of the line AB. And what is the name of the other line? CD. So AB parallel to CD. This is the symbolic representation of parallel lines. AB parallel to CD. Okay. Next we are going to see collinear points. What is meant by collinear points? If a line can be drawn through three distinct points, then the 3 points are called collinear points. What is meant collinear points? If a line can be drawn through three distinct points, then the 3 points are called collinear points. Suppose if we have taken 3 points A, B, C, we have taken 3 points A, B and C. We can able to draw a line through these 3 points. Then the 3 points are said to be collinear points. Suppose I am taking the 3 points like this. Now we can't draw a single line. It must pass through the 3 points. See here, if I draw the line passing these 2 points, I left this point. Suppose if I draw the line passing through these 2 points, I left this point. So in this situation, we are calling these 3 points as non-collinear points. So if a line cannot be drawn through 3 distinct points, then the 3 points are called non-collinear points. What is mean collinear points? If a line can be drawn through 3 distinct points, then the 3 points are called collinear points. Here what are the 3 points? A, B, C are called collinear points. And what is meant by non-collinear points? If a line cannot be drawn through 3 distinct points, then the 3 points are called non-collinear points. So far what we have discussed? Types of lines, intersecting lines, concurrent lines, perpendicular lines, parallel lines, and collinear points and non-collinear points. So far we have understand. I think you have understand all the concepts we have discussed. Okay. Next we are going to see types of triangles. We are classifying the triangles based on 2 concepts. First, based on sides, and next based on angles. And based on sides, we have 3 types of triangle. They are equilateral triangle, isosceles triangle, scalar triangle. What are they? Equilateral triangle, isosceles triangle, scalar triangle. These are classified based on the sides measurement of the triangles. And based on the angles, we have 3 types of triangle. They are acute angled triangle, right angled triangle, and obtuse angled triangle. These are the 3 types based on angles. Okay, so totally we have 6 types of triangle. Let us see one by one. First, equilateral triangle. Equilateral triangle based on sides. See here, all the 3 sides are equal. If in the given triangle, the measurement of 3 sides of the given triangle are in same, means we can call that triangle as equilateral triangle. See here, this is the triangle ABC. The measurement of AB equal to measurement of BC equal to measurement of CA or AC. Both are correct. All are equal to 4 centimeters. So all the sides are equal. If all the 3 sides of a triangle are equal, then the triangle is said to be equilateral triangle. Okay, next, isosceles triangle. What is meant by isosceles triangle? If any 2 sides of a triangle are in equal measure, then the triangle is said to be isosceles triangle. See this triangle PQR. In this triangle, PQ equal to 5 centimeter and PR equal to 5 centimeter. But the QR is 7 centimeter. So among these 3 values, the 2 values are same. It means the 2 sides of the given triangles are same. So we can call this triangle as isosceles triangle. So isosceles triangle means any 2 sides are equal. Equilateral triangle means all the 3 sides are equal. Next we are going to see scale and triangle. What is mean by scale and triangle? If all the three sides of a triangle are in different measure, such triangles are said to be scale and triangle. What is mean by scale and triangle? The three sides of a triangle are in different measures. Such triangles are said to be scale and triangle. Observe this triangle. X, Y, Z is the given example. In this triangle, the measurement of XY is 4 cm. Measurement of YZ is 9 cm. Measurement of XZ is 7 cm. Observe the values, all are different from each other. So we can call this triangle as scale and triangle. So based on sides, we have three types of triangle. What are they? Equilateral triangle, isosceles triangle, and then scale and triangle. Equilateral triangle means all the three sides are equal. Isosceles triangle means only any two sides. Here the side PQ and PR are in equal length. If any two sides are equal, then the triangle is said to be isosceles triangle. Scale and triangle, no sides are equal. It means all the three sides of the triangle are different in measure. Such triangles are said to be scale and triangle. Next, based on angles, we have three types of triangle. First, we are going to see acute angle triangle. What is meant by acute angle? And angles which are less than 90 degree and greater than 0 degree are said to be acute angle. Here, acute angled triangle, it means triangle has how many angles? 3 angles and 3 sides. Among the 3 angles, all the 3 angles are acute angle. Then the triangle is said to be acute angle triangle. Acute angle means it must be less than 90 degree. Observe the angles 60 degree, 70 degree, 50 degree. All the angles are less than 90 degrees. So we can call this triangle as acute angle triangle. So what is the acute angle triangle? All the 3 angles are acute. Acute means less than 90 degree. Okay. Next we are going to see obtuse angled triangle. What is meant by obtuse angled triangle? If any one of the 3 angles is obtuse, then the triangle is said to be obtuse angle triangle. See here, among these 3 angles, if any one of the angle is obtuse means then the triangle is said to be obtuse angle triangle. What is meant by obtuse angle? An angle greater than 90 degree but less than 180 degrees. Such angles are said to be obtuse angles. See here, this is the given example triangle ABC and angle A. Angle A is 30 degree, angle B is 130 degree, angle C is 20 degree. So observe the 3 angles. Among the 3 angles, 130 degree, it is obtuse angle. So if any one of the angle is obtuse, then the triangle is said to be obtuse angle triangle. If all the 3 angles are acute, then the triangle is said to be acute angle. If any one of the angle is obtuse, then the triangle is said to be obtuse angle. No triangle have 2 angles as a obtuse. Okay, only one angle should be the obtuse angle. Suppose if you take 2 angles as obtuse angle, it should not be a triangle. So okay, so in obtuse angle triangle, if any one of the angle must be obtuse. Okay. Next we are going to see right angle triangle. What is meant by right angle triangle? If any one of the 3 angles is 90 degree. How do you call the 90 degree? 90 degree is a right angle. So we are calling this triangle as right angle triangle. What is by right angle triangle? One of the 3 angles is 90 degree. Then the triangle is said to be right angle triangle. See this triangle PQR. Here we have the 90 degree at vertex Q. So we can write angle Q equal to 90 degree. If any one of the angle is 90 degree, then the triangle is said to be right angle. As we said in the obtuse angle triangle, no triangle should have the 2 right angle, 2 90 degree units. Okay, it has only one right angle only. So we can call this triangle as right angle. Remaining 2 angles must be acute angle. So based on angles, we have three types of triangle. One is acute angle triangle, next obtuse angle triangle, and right angle triangle. So totally we have six types of triangle. What are they? Equilateral triangle, isosceles triangle, scale and triangle. Based on angles, we have acute angle triangle, right angle triangle, obtuse angle triangle. So far children, what are the concepts we have discussed? Point, line segment, ray, line, types of angles, and then lines, types of triangles. So write your class of neatly, thorough the concept, okay, and do your homework correctly. Okay, thank you children.